friends. Today we're going to start reading Junie B, first grader, Shipwrecked by Barbara Park, published by Scholastic Chapter 1. Breathing Germs. Friday. Dear first grade journal, today is the end of the week. Mr. Scary is taking attendance. Attendance is the school word for who isn't here today. There are lots of children out sick in room 1. I'm going to count them, I think. I will be back in a minute. Okay, here is the teensy problem I just ran into. 'Cause how can I count the people who aren't here on account that they didn't show up? Apparently, taking attendance is harder than it looks. From Junie B, first grader. I put my pencil down to think about this situation. Only I didn't even have time to concentrate hardly, 'cause all of a sudden there was a noise on the other side of the room. I turned my head to look and splatto, a boy named Roger throwed up on the floor. It was the disgustingest thing I ever saw. Also, the air did not smell delightful. I quick held my nose and closed my eyes. Only too bad for me, 'cause my dumb bunny ears have a brain of their own, and they kept on sneaking peeks at the splatto. It was Cheerios, I believe. Finally, I put my head on my desk and I covered with my arms. Only just then, more trouble happened. It's called a boy named Sheldon. Couldn't stand the splatto, and he jumped up from his chair, and he ran straight out of room 1. And that was a surprise, I tell you. Mr. Scary ran after him. He brought Sheldon back in a jiffy. Then he quick called the school nurse, Miss Weller, on the phone, and he told her that we need help right now. Hurry, he said, fast. And so Miss Weller zoomed into room 1 as fast as a speedy rocket. And then she hurried over to Roger and she talked to him in a calming voice. And she said everything was going to be okay. Roger hanged his head real embarrassed. I feel sorry for that guy. Also, he was making me ill. Finally, Miss Weller helped him up from his chair, and she held his hand and she took him to her office. After that, room 1 could not do any work on account of how can you work when there's splatto on the floor. Only hooray, hooray, 'cause pretty soon our janitor named Gus came rushing through the door. I jumped right up when I saw him. Gus Valoni! It's me! It's Junie B! I hollered out. Roger throwed it up! Roger throwed it up! Gus winked at me. Then he went straight to Roger's desk. And he took out his important janitor equipment and he sprinkled powder all over the splatto. And wowie, wow, that stuff swept it up like a miracle. I could not believe my eyeballs. Whoa, I said to my friend Lenny. See, whoa, said my other friend Jose. That powder's like magic. I sniffed the air. Yes, it is like magic, Jose, I said. Plus, now it smells like lemony fresh in here. Other children sniffed too. It does smell lemony fresh, said a girl named Shirley. I wish I had some of that stuff for my mother. She loves to clean up messes. Mine does too, said my bestest friend named Herbert. Then, all of a sudden, Herb springed out of his seat, very excited. Wait, hold it. My mother's birthday on Sunday, he said. And so, that's what I'll get her. I will get her a tub of that magic powder. What's the name of it, Mr. Valoni, huh? What's it called? called? What's it called? Gus Filoni's face was kind of funny. He glanced his eyes at Mr. Scary and then back at Herbert again. Finally, he ran his fingers through his bald hair and he said the name of it. Vomit absorbent, he said, kind of quiet. It's called vomit absorbent. At first, Herb just stood at his desk, very frozen. He did not say any words. Then, after a minute, he did a little shiver, and he sat back down. Maybe I'll just draw her a picture, he said. Gus Filoni nodded. Then he packed up his stuff, and he waved goodbye to room 1, and Mr. Scary walked him into the hall. While he was gone, Sheldon put his lunch sack on his head. As soon as Mr. Scary saw it, he tried to take it off, but Sheldon held on tight. No, don't! I need this, he said. If I stay here, I won't catch Roger's germs. I raised my eyebrows at that remark. Yeah, only I don't get it, Sheldon, I said. How can you catch Roger's germs? 'Cause Gus Filoni just swept them up in his bucket, remember? Sheldon talked to me through his bag. Roger's germs aren't just in that bucket, Junie B, he said. Whenever somebody throws up, their germs shoot out in the air all over the place. Then, if somebody else breathes the same air, those germs can get stuck right up into your nose nostrils. I did a little cringe at that information. Then I looked all around in the air, and very slowly I lifted my hand and I closed my nose nostrils. Room 1 watched me. Then, one by one, they closed their nose nostrils too, and so all of us held our noses tight with our fingers, and we didn't breathe for the whole rest of the morning. All right, friends, that was chapter 1 of Shipwrecked. See you tomorrow.